It's the Dino and Joe Show. My name is Dino, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is Joe.
That's what I've heard.
So we are back, and we are doing a special two-parter of The Office, but a quiz. So, Joe, please remind everybody, you are on a team that does Office trivia. The team name is?
Scrantonicity 3. Be on the lookout if you're in the Chicagoland area. In the future, once places open fully and vaccines are in full supply, we will be back.
And you are a how many time champion of Office trivia?
We are 10-time champion.
Okay, so my bad scorekeeping aside from the last episode, which I just forgot to mark down slashes because, after a while, you start to go, Joe doesn't know as much as he thinks he does. You are 14-7.
Yes.
14 right, 7 wrong. And these are what are considered impossible trivia questions from The Office.
I just want to say I have never claimed that I know everything. I said our team. I am always part of a team.
You are all about the team.
I am.
Except for I can go back and play you audio where you say that you're a savant. So,
on certain things.
I mean, I am. I believe what you said when I said you are a supposed savant, and you went, I am. So
let's get on with this. All
right. Let's end question number 24 of the 40. How many did I say? 46 questions that I was able to pull from the internet. Thank you, internet people who actually sat down and wrote these questions.
I appreciate that.
And I didn't have to go back and watch every episode to figure it out. What famous author does Phyllis try and recruit for Dunder Mifflin's TV ad, but ends up being thrown out of the mall over?
Oh my God, it's the Steamtown Mall.
I didn't ask the name of the mall.
I know, but I have to go through this.
That's who the author was. The world famous who?
Stephen King. That's not right.
It is not Stephen King.
It's not Stephen King.
Is that your answer? Even though I just told you it's wrong?
Yeah, I can't think of who else it could be right now.
If I said the name Sue Grafton.
Oh, right. Yep. Nope. I would not have gotten that. That would have been my partner's. No. Okay. That's fine.
Yeah. It was absolutely not your fault. Definitely not your partner being there was the problem. What has to be involved in math for Kevin to be able to do it?
Cake.
Really?
Pie. It was on the way to the roll pie stand.
I'll give it to you. It was pies. Yes.
Pie.
Who directed season 9, episode 4, Work Bus?
Work Bus. Oh, you're asking a very challenging question.
Well, that was the point.
Who directed Work Bus?
Season 9, episode 4, Work Bus. Well, because you're supposed to be the knowledgeable one of the later years.
I mean, I am, but I'm not gonna lie. I've never really looked at directors that much. I have 3 guesses.
Well, only one of them will be allowed.
I know. I'm thinking about them. I don't want to say that because I don't think that's right. I'm just gonna say Steve Carell.
This man is very popular in another TV show called Breaking Bad. His name is Bryan Cranston.
That's who it was.
So
far, I'm not
lighting the world on fire in the second half of this quiz. Next question, number 27. When Michael and Dwight try to get Toby fired by planting drugs, what do they actually plant in his desk?
It is a caprese salad.
It is a caprese salad.
There's a piece of mozzarella right there.
When Andy goes to the Senator's fundraiser in season 8, episode 22, what does he return with?
A lot of dogs.
How many, sir?
Oh, you're asking me that exact number?
Yes.
9.
That is incorrect. It's actually 12 dogs.
Damn. That's fine. That's fine.
I'm sorry. When you're doing your bar trivia, they don't make you get the exact number?
They do.
The yes, they do.
I guess the trivia is not as in depth as this.
You're kidding me.
It is, but it's usually not numbers based on a lot of stuff. But that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I should be this good.
I hear excuses. Which Stanford employee gets fired their first day at Scranton following the merger?
See, now that's a tricky question because I want to say it's Tony Gardner, but he technically quits. I'm going
It's
to say
Tony.
Tony Gardner.
You're right. Yeah, you're good. What celebrity does The Office argue over the hotness of?
Um,
I believe in your blessing mode, you have a internet error. Well, wait, while Joe thinks of the answer, because I believe he is frozen. There he is.
was I doing this? Is that why it's
You
blessing
were.
mode?
It
Okay.
was like, oh no.
Her name
maybe you took
is.
a pope break there.
Oh my God.
What celebrity does The Office argue over the hotness of?
Why can't I think of her name? I can see her face.
Oh, well, then I'll give you a point for that because you can see your face. You've got to be correct.
No, it's oh my God, she played Makushla. It was $1 Million Baby. Her name
Yeah.
is
Uh-huh.
Hillary Swank.
Oh, very good. Pulled that
Sorry.
one out of
I
nowhere.
really pulled it.
Who hosts the Glee viewing party in their apartment?
Jim. No, Aaron. Aaron did it. Aaron did it in her apartment. Well, technically, it was Aaron and Gabe's apartment together.
Gabe Lewis. Yes, thank you very much. What are the names of the two new customer service representatives that are nicknamed Mini Jim and Dwight?
Well, eventually he became Plop. Mini Jim became Plop. Let's just get.
Yeah.
But it is. I came in a little overconfident with the plot part. I really should have had the back end a little bit more secure.
I thought you were. Oh, here it is. He's going to name
I
this.
do know it.
No.
I do know it. It is.
No, it's not.
Hold on. Just shush for a second. I need a moment of silence to think about this. Okay. Okay, I can do this. I can. Pete is
Yeah.
Mini Jim.
Uh-huh.
I'm really struggling for the other guy. I know it was played by Clark Duke. He's a very funny actor. It is Pete, and I want to say Owen, but I know Owen's not even close to right. It is.
The mental process is amazing right now.
This is how I have to work through things. I'm watching episodes in my head. He is Dwight Mini Dwight. You got to give me. Is there a time limit? There should be, probably.
There should be, yes.
There should be.
I don't know. People have to go to bed at some point.
And Clark. No, that's not it. That's his real name. I don't know. I give up.
Time limit. Pete Clark. Very good.
Oh, it is Clark. His real name is Clark. I should have. That's why I was overthinking it. I'm like, awesome. I keep thinking of Clark, and I'm like, it's Clark Duke. That's not right.
I like the fact that after that you have to get some water because you really worked for that one. You're gonna be sweating by the end of this show. What is the name of Ryan's son who he abandoned at Dwight and Angela's wedding?
Oh, Drake.
Very good. Question number 35. A foreign exchange student lived with Michael when he was young. What did the foreign exchange student take from Michael back to what was formerly Yugoslavia?
All his blue jeans.
All of his blue jeans, yes. Another quote. Finish this quote from Dwight when he was asking Michael questions after being offered the spare room in Michael's new condo. Question. My grandparents left me a large number of blank.
Ooh. My grandparents left me a large number of... Ooh, I don't know that one. I'll guess, though. A large number of slugs.
Is armoires.
Oh. Okay. That one I knew I would not have gotten. I don't feel terrible about that. Like, there are some that when you say it, I immediately get angry because I know it. That one was not in there. That was just not in there.
Okay. What is Phyllis's maiden name?
Lappin.
Oh, very good.
Phyllis Lappin Vance.
Another Phyllis question. At Phyllis and Bob Vance's wedding, what did Michael say everyone called Phyllis back in school?
Oh.
You should know this. It was your nickname.
Now, whatever I say, I have to like really think about because you threw that little suffix on there.
Little singer. I'll repeat the question if you need me to.
No, I know what the question is. I just don't know what the answer is. I know the first part. I don't know the second part. The village bicycle. I don't remember.
Easy,
and people
right.
would not call me that, by the way. Easy. I was in the right vein. Okay.
The village bicycle. That is you.
That is me. Hey, I know people who listen to this. Calm it down. They don't know about that life.
Right. During the Glee watch party episode, we're back to that. What does Michael say he drinks when eating a bag of vegetables that steam right inside their own bag?
I don't know. I don't remember this. I remember the pigs in the blanket.
Pigs in a blanket. Big fan.
I remember everything about that night except what you're talking about. Milk.
A glass of sangria.
Oh.
In the episode when Ryan started the fire, which game does Michael say he plays every night before bed?
Well, I know they were playing Desert Island, so I'm going to say Desert Island.
No.
I don't know.
Just who would you do?
Who would you do? I play that before bed every night as well.
Just in your own mind, or
I pose that question to my girlfriend. I say, "Hey, here's what I'm thinking. Who would you do?" And she always says, "Shut up," and turns over and goes to sleep.
Yeah, well,
God love her.
I didn't know you were married to my wife. What's Stanley's morning 3x5?
Oh, 4 cream. Oh no, hold on. 3x5. I don't know why I said 4. It's 3x5. 3 creams, 5 sugars.
No.
5 creams, 3 sugars?
It is iced tea, 3 sugars, and 5 creams.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I should have said the iced tea part. That is my omission. I apologize.
When talking about the state senator's proposal, why does Angela say she doesn't normally like a flower in her hair?
Makes her look like a hippie?
It's so close, but it's not right. It's so civil rightsy.
So civil rightsy.
You're failing the second half of this quiz.
The second half is not great. I got a little hubris in the beginning.
What brand is Michael wearing on the day he accidentally discovers he's wearing a women's suit?
Say that again.
What brand is Michael
Mystique.
wearing? Huh?
Mystique?
No.
Mysterious.
Mysterious.
Yes. Miss-Terious.
Yes. Put the emphasis on the miss.
Miss.
What does Kevin say after Kelly yells that her middle name,
is Rajniganda?
Is Rajniganda
was a boy's name.
That's very good. Very good.
I love that episode. That's one of my favorite scenes. Well, my middle name is Rajniganda, and I hate it. I thought Rajniganda was a boy's name. That's fantastic. So I just say I do know the show pretty well.
The sad thing is, I now actually remember that part of the episode just by you doing it. So that's
do you not understand that every question you ask me, I run through the episode that way in my head in order to get the answer. And obviously, sometimes there's little bits and pieces missing, but still.
All right. So you have 15 wrong.
Out of how many so far?
We're down to the final 2 questions.
Oh God, well, I don't like the number. Okay, that's fine. Go ahead.
Are you ready?
No, but let's do it anyway.
What does Michael order at Hooters with Jim after saying, "I will have a chicken breast. Hold the chicken"?
I think it's just a cheeseburger.
No, it is not a cheeseburger.
I remember the scene. I remember the look. It's
a gourmet hot dog.
Gourmet hot dog. Okay. Let's just get this. Let's put me out of my misery. Ask me the last damn question.
Final one. As opposed to a whistle, what does Angela use as a rape deterrent? Would you like a hint?
Yes.
It's a musical instrument.
Oh, it's a rape flute.
Oh, very good.
Yes.
All right, I'll give you the point, even though I had to give you the hint.
I knew it was some sort of musical instrument, but I wanted to keep saying tin whistle or like recorder, but I didn't feel like that was right.
Sir,
Yes.
you might need to go watch some more Office and
I'm
study.
going to, don't worry.
30 correct, 16 wrong.
I mean, I'm not going to lie.
Look, you got 30 right. I wouldn't have got it right. I'm going to give you all the credit in the world for that. But the supposed savant of the Office needs to study.
That's, you know what? I have no problem studying this because I love that show and that's a great excuse to watch it. So yes, I will. I will take that homework on very easily.
And there you have it. That is our 2-part Office quiz with the 10-time Office Trivia champion,
member of Scranton City 3, Joe Perez. It's a
See,
team.
this is how bad I am. I already forgot the name of your team, even though I've asked you 5 times.
3.
I don't know why. I can't remember that. Oh, that's right, because I don't keep that useless information in my head.
What was? Oh, I gave that piece of information that I was an Office trivia champion with my team on a work call recently. I just started with a new team, and they asked me probably like your questions were difficult. I will give you that. There were a few that I just they were, and a few of them I was upset with myself because I would I knew it, but I just couldn't think of it.
Of course, absolutely.
I would say there were 2 of yours that I just flat out would not have gotten no matter what. Yeah. This was the hardest question, though, that I can think of.
Okay.
What is the street Dunder Mifflin is located on?
Oh, I have no idea.
So it's a fun backstory. Slough. Oh. Because that is where the original series takes place.
Oh, okay.
Right. So that was a fun piece of little behind the scenes information.
Interesting. And somebody came up with that question? Like one of your new team members actually had that question in reserve waiting for you?
Well, because apparently there were several fans of The Office, and I think once I had challenged them with a 10-time champion, they wanted to
test that knowledge. Yes.
So that's fine.
They apparently didn't go and search the internet searches that I did.
They did not. To go find. Thank you for finding questions that were actually challenging, because a lot of times I'll ask people, will say, "Oh, what's Gabe's middle name?" And I'm like, "It's Susan." Yeah, it's Gabriel Susan Lewis. It's like simple stuff like that. And I'm like, no. Give me
simple.
It is
simple. I applaud your knowledge. I applaud your ability. I just love to watch the torture of when you can't come up with the answers.
There were 16 times where I was pretty tortured. And honestly, there were probably more like 25 times, but I happened to just grasp at the right answer at the last minute.
Reveling in your pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny for me. Now, if I give the same questions to your teammate, how would they have done?
I want to say confidently equally as well.
So honestly, is what you're trying to say.
But here's the thing, though. I would say they would probably get a few of the ones I got right wrong, and they would have probably gotten all the ones I got wrong right. Because, again, a lot of the ones that I got wrong were a little bit more earlier seasons.
Sure.
That's why we work well together. Because I fill any gaps of knowledge she has. Yeah. She fills any gaps of knowledge I have. So it kind of works well together, because there are times where I'm like, I couldn't answer it. And she's like, boom, it's this. And I'm like, cool, good. And it's
amazing. Amazing. All right, Office trivia down. Regular trivia still to come.
That I might do way better at or way worse at. I don't know. Depends on what the trivia is about.
I'm going to show you this, and we will bring this out at some point. But this fits in a couple of things for us. So I don't know if you know the line called Birchbox.
Yes, I do.
So awesome. So I'm a subscriber, right?
Okay.
Which I mean, you can tell how
the glowing thing.
I mean, I look fantastic, right? So the cool thing about men's Birchbox, a little bit different than women's Birchbox, is you get like interesting things. Mm-hmm. It can be wallets, it can be foldable bags, I've got backpacks that fold into like little pocket size and stuff like that. But I got this one in my last Birchbox, and I'll show it here to you.
Oh,
These are the things you should know.
okay.
Trivia. Okay.
Okay.
Now the cool thing is you'll enjoy this because this is where I thought it would really trip your trigger. Um, it is waterproof cards,
Oh,
so you can
I
take them
like that.
camping. You
I
can take them.
appreciate that.
So you are a big uh, outdoors carry. What I'm sorry. What is the what title do you call it?
Everyday carry type person.
Yes. And so this is something you can take with you camping. This is something you can take with you, in the car. And they are random trivia questions.
I
And
love
when I
that.
say random, they are as random as they can get. You want to try one?
I more than anything.
All right. What is the name of Captain Nemo's submarine?
The Nautilus.
Yes, very good. I was actually going to give you the trivia, the multiple choice questions, but you didn't need them.
No, I did not.
There's two cards or two questions on every card.
Okay.
Right? So there's the back of the card.
I like that design.
Yeah,
That's
so
killer.
waterproof.
That is.
That comes from W&W is the company that comes from. You give them credit since they are their cards. Adam Peaty is an Olympic gold medalist in which sport?
What's
Swimming.
the last name?
Adam Peaty. Peaty. PT.
Okay.
Swimming, show jumping, judo, or boxing?
I'm going to say judo because it's the
You
odd
are
one to me.
incorrect.
Swimming.
It is swimming.
Yeah. I should have gone with my first gut instinct. But that's
Anyway, so we will have those. I just wanted to give that as an example
That's cool.
for fun times. We will throw out a couple of trivia cards, and there's a ton of cards in here. So
I like that. That's awesome.
yeah, I thought that would be a big addition to the show to bring some trivia and have some fun.
Yeah. And every now and then see me in tortured lament over getting an answer wrong.
I hope for that most days because it's truly enjoyable for me.
You're a kind and caring man. I don't care what anybody says.
Oh, please don't let them tell you any differently. All right. Anything else that we need to cover today?
I think my lament and embarrassment was
Are you
plenty.
you're really that down right now?
I am
very like down right now.
I am bothered by it. Like
Are
there are
you?
some in there that I should have gotten right. Like for instance, the Creed thoughts one is the
Yeah.
one that probably gets me the most upset because I've gotten that right live in a real that was a question in one of the trivias. And we came up with it together as a team, but I
Right.
vowed I would never get that wrong again. www.creedthoughts.gov.www/creedthoughts. Like I know it, but I let myself down. I left my teammate down.
Performance anxiety.
I don't think so. It was just that would have happened
In the
whether I was
moment,
in the
yeah.
bar or here. So
I just think it's hard to because you it's a visual medium you're trying to bring into a written word question, right? And so it's sometimes hard to scope the two together in my mind. Like that's why I don't do horribly well with trivia. I really want to just try out to like host a trivia show at one point. I think that would be fun. I want to be the new host of Jeopardy.
I mean, you might. You never know. They're trying everybody under the sun.
They say that, but I've only seen the episodes with the dude who won, Ken Jennings.
No,
I haven't seen any other episodes, but just Ken Jennings episodes.
Right now, or I shouldn't say right now, but at least recently, it was the previous or the current executive producer of the show, who actually is pretty good for not being like a super famous dude.
Yeah.
People have really taken him well. Like he's pretty good at it. And I heard
I haven't seen him.
like check out one of the videos. Like he's actually pretty good. There's Martha Stewart coming up. No, I'm sorry, Katie Couric, not Martha Stewart. Aaron Rodgers is doing it.
I heard Aaron Rodgers. I was a little surprised by that.
It's just interesting. So that means you have a shot. Like, why not?
And who's the Savannah Guthrie from the Today Show? I heard is going to be a guest host as well.
Correct.
So I just want to throw my hat in the ring. I'm sure, one of the 11 subscribers to the show has got to be somebody from the show Jeopardy, right?
Absolutely.
Do you ever think about, okay, we have 11 people that subscribe and take out like your relatives and mine. We have 6 people that subscribe. Who are they?
I don't know.
No, it's crazy, right?
I appreciate them, whoever you are. Thank you. Like, please leave a comment down below. Like, just
right, absolutely.
You don't have to tell us who you are, but like, tell us why you like the show. What do you like?
And if you manage to sit through Joe failing all his questions, hit the subscribe and the like button. Like do that whole thing, that whole boogie. Like that's cool.
You know what? One thing we need to start doing?
What's that?
Asking for comments. Give us ideas of stuff that you maybe want to hear us talk about. Like maybe you want to hear what our thoughts are on chunky peanut butter versus smooth.
Oh, I got thoughts on that.
I do too.
I got thoughts on everything. I have an opinion
Same.
on everything. I mean,
Yeah. So give us what you want to hear our opinion on, and chances are we will probably agree, but there will be some things that we're definitely so since I brought it up, chunky or smooth, which one for you?
creamy peanut butter all the way.
I'm sorry, creamy. Yeah, you same. Okay. See, that was one of the ones we agreed. If I wanted,
so like I'll eat crunchy peanut butter, but like it's like eating rocks at some point.
What's the point?
like edible rocks. It's like, I'm not really trying to chew the enamel off my teeth.
Right.
I'm trying to keep that there. But yeah, I don't understand. But I'll tell you, we had the battle in my house between Jif and Skippy.
Skippy all the way, always.
See, that's what I grew up on, and I do too. But my wife will not eat it.
Well, then guess what? She can buy Jif. You buy Skippy.
We do. We have two peanut butters in the cabinet because literally I will not touch Jif with a 10-foot full.
No,
I have no idea why.
That's gross.
It's not Peter Pan. That's the worst.
I was just about to say, my girlfriend grew up with Peter Pan, and I was like, you poor child, we're getting Skippy for this house.
It's like peanut butter with sugar in it. I don't understand it. It's like, what did you do to peanut butter to make it taste bad? It's peanut butter.
Peanut butter is delicious.
I can eat Jif if like there's nothing. If I want peanut butter and there's nothing left, and she only has Jif left, I have robbed the Jif jar. I will admit it.
Correct.
I don't think Skippy's gonna like come down on me for it, but I will always go and buy Skippy. And I can't understand this either. Jif comes in a gigantic jar. Skippy does not.
Does not.
Like, I don't understand why you can't get a bigger jar of Skippy peanut butter. At least in my local grocery store, I go to Kroger, it's not there. But Jif, you could come back with the freaking 15-gallon drum of Jif, and actually like put a crank on it, and but Peter Pan, that will stay on the shelf forever.
Yeah, no.
I think if there's a natural disaster and people raid the grocery store, it'll be empty except for the section of Peter Pan peanut butter.
I agree. It's so nasty.
Because even choosy people would be like, no, I can't.
I can't do that.
That's disgusting.
That's too much. Yeah. We'll find another thing. I'll find peanuts, crush them up, and make them into better peanut butter.
I have a question too.
Okay.
Do you like peanut butter and jelly?
Of course.
I do not.
What?
I cannot.
Who are you?
Butter and jelly. It's disgusting to me. And then you see that. Is it Goobers? Is that the brand where it's the peanut butter and the jelly in the same jar and they're like stripes?
Maybe, but it's Smucker's too. I know because I got that once,
and
it wasn't great.
That's disgusting to me. But no, I cannot. I cannot do peanut butter and jelly. I don't like mixing foods. I know it sounds really weird, but I don't like my foods touching on a plate.
Okay,
and
I was going to say
mixing foods.
Person who divides everything on the plate.
Absolutely, cannot stand it when my food touches. It's just not my thing. And I think it's because when I grew up and we would go to family gatherings and it was potluck, obviously, right? Everybody brought something, right? These people didn't know anything about portion control, and they would load a plate and it was just all on top of each other. And to me, that still is like the grossest thing. I can't do it.
So at Thanksgiving,
yes,
you don't take turkey, get it with a little bit of mashed potatoes and eat that.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. I would put gravy on turkey.
Right.
Because to me,
that's a topping.
Soft, right? But
yes, I understand that.
I don't mix. The only thing I will mix like that is mashed potatoes and corn. I'll use mashed potatoes to.
That's fine.
That's fair. My corn.
Because corn is difficult to get. I used to be very much like that, where I had to literally have gaps in between everything.
Yeah.
But now, I don't know why. I've just realized it all goes to the same place, and I'm hungry, so I just eat it that way. But the peanut butter and jelly thing, that's weird. You're the only person I've ever met that does not like both. Like, do you like jelly by itself?
Like jelly by itself.
You like peanut butter by itself, obviously. Yep. Okay.
But I will not put them together. I do not like that. Sam, I am.
Well, you don't have to have peanut butter and jelly.
And then, have you seen people do this where their plate is in front of them and they will eat what's in front of them and then they turn the plate?
Oh, yeah.
Like, why do people do that?
I don't know. So I'm not gonna lie,
Never
I've been
understood
guilty of that a few times,
You're kidding.
just because I I guess it's an aversion thing for me. Like, I don't like an empty spot directly in front of me. So I
Okay.
will fill it with whatever it is there. Could I just reach across and get it?
Of course.
Absolutely.
The plate is
But
how big? How
eh,
big is the plate? The diameter of the plate
really
is
big.
not that large,
No.
but you turn it so the food is always in front of you. It's like
Yeah.
having one of those like carousel food carousels,
Yep.
like in a Chinese restaurant where it all
Correct.
spins around, like
Yeah.
right in front of you. I have watched people do it. I just don't understand.
I don't know.
The idiosyncrasies are just amazing.
Speaking of
I used a big word. I felt really good right there.
idiosyncrasies, that's a very good
Yeah,
word. Excellent word use. 5
that's my,
points to you.
that's my $10 word today.
Do you, so speaking of, Asian cuisine, do you use chopsticks? Or are you able to use chopsticks?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay. Because there's some folks I know, a friend of mine, we went to a Chinese restaurant and there were chopsticks, and I was like, why don't you try them? See if you're any good with them. After about 5 minutes of fuddling around with trying to figure out how to use it,
Yeah.
he was like, I'll use it, and he stabbed everything and ate it that way with the
Absolutely.
chopstick.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, that's a method. Probably not the best one, but a method.
Yeah, so we used to go when I lived in Los Angeles area. We used to go to Little Tokyo in
Ooh.
LA, and they would serve everything with chopsticks, right? There was no
Sure,
fork,
of
right?
course.
And so I knew how to use them. I got really good using them going there, and I've just always been able to use them since. And we're teaching the boys to use them actually.
Mhm.
Yeah. So it's a
I don't
skill
know.
that I have.
I don't know why when you said there was no silverware, it made me think of the cable guy. And he's like, could I have a fork? There were no forks in medieval times, therefore there are no forks at medieval times. There are
Medieval
forks.
times.
There's there's fork. You didn't have forks, but you had Pepsi. Dude, I got a lot of tables. Like, that just always brings me back to that when I hear people say there's no utensils. They didn't
How
have
many
utensils in
how
medieval
many
times.
times have you been to medieval times? You go
Truthfully,
you have one by you, right?
oh
Or
yes,
at
I
least
have
not
one.
by you, but like adjacent to
It's
the greater
45 minutes away.
Chicagoland area,
It's
right?
close.
Okay,
Yes,
so it's not
100%.
that bad.
No.
We don't have one, right? There's not
Right.
one I can go to, but I've been to medieval times in Los Angeles. Um, and so how many times have you been?
A number, 10 maybe. I
Wow.
love the place. I
I
enjoy it.
know you do. So I have this question for you.
Yes.
Not, it is what it is. You eat with your fingers, right? It's
Mhm,
finger food.
mhm.
It's supposed to get you into the spirit of rooting for the Black Knight or the Blue Knight or whatever color knight that you want to root for. Um,
Correct.
so I just want to know, and I don't want to ruin the experience for you because I know you love it so much. But have
Okay.
you ever thought like you're eating while horses are churning up all
Oh,
kinds
of
of dirt,
course. Of
and
course.
that dirt is going in
You,
your food?
you think I don't know that? Like, first of all, let's be clear. After COVID, I'm probably not going back to medieval times for at least a year to 2 years. Like, period. I just won't. Just because I'm just not gonna. So yes, I have thought of that, and I've always wanted to sit in the front row. And
Yeah.
that horse has just kicked something up, and it just comes sprinkling down on the food. And you're like, yeah, and then you just munch down on the freaking piece of chicken. It's like whatever. You drink the dragon blood soup with it in there. You're like, ooh, that gives it a little bit of a kick, a little bit of a flavor.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you're dirt and poo and
There are
whatever else is mixed into that.
there are 10 castles in the country: Atlanta, Georgia; Buena Park, California; Dallas,
Yep.
Texas; Myrtle Beach, South Carolina; Scottsdale, Arizona; Baltimore, Maryland; Chicago, Illinois, which is inaccurate, it's actually in Schaumburg; Lindenhurst, New Jersey; Orlando, Florida;
No,
and Toronto.
the only
It's
people
actually
that know it,
Barrington, not
the only
not
people that know the suburbs of Chicago are people that live in Chicago. Everyone
well,
else just calls it Chicago. It's
then they
one
will call me
city.
wrong because it wasn't Schaumburg, it was actually Barrington, but still whatever. It's not like it makes that big of a difference.
Well, apparently it does, because you're very adamant about where exactly it is located.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I hate it when people say Chicago. It's not in Chicago. It's not downtown. It's literally almost an hour away from
See, it's
downtown.
amazing. People from Chicago always talk about Chicago as downtown, and everything else is not Chicago.
Correct.
People outside of Chicago only know it's one gigantic city named
That
Chicago.
is so inaccurate. And then it's hard to even say Chicago because it's the
Right.
South Loop.
We're all wrong.
Well, kind of, because it's the South Loop. It's the Ukrainian Village. It's Hyde Park. It's all these different
Yeah, but
different
every
neighborhoods.
city is that way.
Yeah, well, no offense, none others are Chicago, so that's tough for them. Like, what do you want to make something about this? Let's do it.
You're
What are we gonna
learning
do?
a whole new side of Joe and his Chicago uh defense here. Oh, that's
Chicago-ness.
hysterical.
But
I mean,
so
Los Angeles isn't Los Angeles, right? It's Glendale. It's other part, the Long
good for
Beach.
them.
It's Compton, right? It's West Hollywood, right? Like that's all Los Angeles.
You're right.
But it's not Los Angeles if you're from there, right?
Sure.
You're from,
I wonder
wherever.
if I'm sure it happens if somebody from Los Angeles, like they are in Los Angeles, gets upset if somebody in a nearby area says they're from Los Angeles, as if they get as angry as somebody from Chicago,
Yes.
like from Chicago,
Yes.
when you're really from like Cicero, which is like just outside of the border.
Yes.
Okay.
But if you're from a town that I grew up in called Boone, Iowa,
right.
You know what? You're from Boone.
Because what are you gonna say, Des Moines?
Oh man, okay. I'm on 12th Street. I'm on Lynn Avenue. Like that doesn't happen. Like we don't do that. You're just from Boone. Yeah.
But to answer your question, I'm gonna say probably 6 to 10 times. My favorite time was when it was my 30th birthday, 29th. I don't know, but I went for my birthday.
Yes.
And they're reading all these. They read it like the king proclaims it is birthdays. So like Jimmy turning 6, congratulations, Jimmy. Rebecca turning 9. Joe turning 30. With a very judgy tone that I did not appreciate. Very judgy tone. I paid my $62 or whatever ridiculous amount it was to eat a piece of chicken that big, a bowl of soup that big, and having one Pepsi.
With dirt in all of it.
Yeah.
The dirt is free. It's an add-on.
After a while, you just go down there, grab it, and you sprinkle it on top. You don't wait for him to kick it.
You have to do what the crane thing that Gordon Ramsay's always doing. Oh, that's great. Oh, it's the Dino and Joe show.